Yo, what's good, everybody? It's your boy Nephy, and I've been to some wild parties. People throwing up in closets, someone's mom showing up mid beer pong, you name it, but nothing, and I mean nothing compares to what went down at this one. Like, imagine pulling up to a chill house party only for some random dude to set himself on fire and jump off a second floor balcony. That is not an exaggeration. That actually happened. I saw it with my own two eyes. And if that sounds insane, trust me, it only got worse from there. This is a story of how a regular night turned into a fire hazard, a police chase, and probably one of the last parties I'll ever attend without a helmet. So, this is towards the end of my junior year, and it's about summertime. It's about the start of June, and me and my friends were just hanging out, and we heard about this chill little party at one of my friends' houses. He's a cool dude. He always ran parties at his crib, and they were always fire. We were bored, so we decided, why don't we go and check out this party? What could be the worst to happen? We hang out with this dude all the time in parties. We weren't expecting anything to go different, so that's where we were wrong. So we pull up with four people. We all came in one car. We get there and it's actually calm. Some music's playing, people hanging around the kitchen, just chilling. The vibes were immaculate. It just felt like a regular Friday night. Then, I don't really know what happened, but someone called up a bunch of jocks, a bunch of people who are loud, and they bring some mystery liquids, let's call it. And from that moment on, the party fell apart. They start yelling, they start bringing more people, turn up the speakers to maximum distortion. Suddenly there's 10 times more people than before, and some guy's already on the roof for no reason. And we're saying they're like, yo, what just happened? While we're hanging in the kitchen trying to figure out what dimension we're in, this dude walks in. He's shirtless. He got sunglasses on. He's smelling like Axe and gasoline. Nobody knows this guy. For the sake of the story, though, I think I'm gonna call him Torch. I think it's kind of the perfect name I could give this guy. He's a huge red flag, by the way. So, Torch is bouncing around the party. He's hyping everyone up. He's doing flips in the living room. He's chugging a bunch of liquid, if you know what I mean. And at one point, he yells, I'm about to do something legendary. And that should have been our sign to leave right then and there. But we step out to the yard to cool off, and suddenly we hear yelling from upstairs. We look up, and there's Torch. He's on my friend's second floor balcony, and he's holding a bottle of rubbing alcohol. People start yelling, don't do it. And I have no clue what's going on right now. Uh, God forbid I could have guessed what this guy was about to do, but he pops the cap of the rubbing alcohol and he starts pouring it on his chest. And then he sets himself on fire. He is completely on fire. He's engulfed in flames. Real ones. I cannot believe what I was seeing. And then, with no hesitation, absolutely no hesitation, he just jumps off the balcony, straight into the pool. The second he hits the water, boom, splash, steam, screaming. Someone knocks over a speaker. We're all yelling. One of my friends screams, "Bro, nah!" Like everyone's freaking out. Like another person drops their drink in shock. The whole backyard smells like burnt hair and now chlorine. And Torch, he swam up like nothing really happened. He jumps out the pool, steam rising off him. He yells, "Yeah!" Got a little bit more excited. And then he gets out the pool and he disappears into the crowd like nothing even happened. What a phoenix, man. And I guess with all the commotion that was happening in the backyard, the neighbors called the cops. And maybe 15 minutes later, we see flashlights, sirens, people scatter instantly. One person hops the fence, another hides under the grill. One of us dives into a bush and just vanishes. I slid under the patio table with a plastic flamingo and a bottle of off-brand soda, praying I wouldn't sneeze. You hear people yelling stuff like "I'm not going back" or "This is my mom's car" while they're in a Sienna. In the distance, Torch is on the roof again, and this is what I heard: that when the cops came, Torch stood in front of all the cops off the roof, and he dove into the pool. Unfortunately, the cops didn't get to see the full show where he was on fire, but he jumped into the pool, got out, and then ran. I'm not really sure what happened to him, to be completely honest, but the cops are in the house, the lights are on, someone's getting questioned near the driveway, the music's off, the vibes are dead. We wait until they move to the front, then my whole gang and I, we sprint back through like this small piece of fence in the gate, like it's a jailbreak. We don't even speak until we're like 3 blocks away. We're gasping for air, and we're trying to figure out how we're gonna get to our car without getting caught by the police. My friend looks at me. He's telling me how he lost his shoe. My other friend is so completely out of it that he don't even know like what planet he's on. Another one of my friends is just completely in shock about Torch and how he's even alive. Now he's made it 18 years or so on this planet. And the next day comes after we've all settled down and processed everything. And we question, did we really see that happen? Was that whole event like real? This guy became a legend at my school. Uh, People started calling him Fireball, and it just stuck. And this kid was never in school. We knew he went to our school, but this guy would never show up. Nobody knew anything about this guy. He was just a pure party animal. So, moral of the story is, if a shirtless man named Torch walks into a party holding rubbing alcohol, leave. Don't think, don't question it, just leave. This has been Nephy, Witness to Fire-Based Crimes. If you enjoy the story, like the video, sub to the channel, and drop a comment with the craziest party moment you've ever seen. I'm out. Peace.